and welcome to Verdictum. I am Ananya Singh and you're watching today's legal news, where we apprise you with the recent important legal developments across the nation. Here are the headlines. Supreme Court refuses to entertain petition challenging validity of RP Act provisions that provides with automatic disqualification of convicted MPs and MLAs and denying right to vote to prisoners. Cost of elections astronomical, but that's the price you pay for democracy, says Supreme Court while rejecting PIL, alleging discrepancies in purchase of EVMs by ECI. Rising incidents of violence in Manipur amid protests against High Court order to consider Meitei community inclusion in state's ST list. Supreme Court stays Allahabad High Court order directing UP schools to refund excess fee paid during COVID-19 period. Vacation benches notified by Supreme Court to hear cases during summer break. Now let's take a detailed look on the headlines. The Supreme Court three-judge bench comprising the CJI D.Y. Chandrachud and Justices P.S. Narasimha and J.B. Pardiwala refused to entertain a petition challenging the validity of Section 8 subsection 3 of the Representation of People Act, which provides with the automatic disqualification of an MP or MLA upon being convicted for 2 or more years imprisonment in a criminal offence. The provision was challenged on the ground of being violative of constitutional right of freedom of speech and expression, as it curtails the free speech of an elected member of parliament or of a legislative assembly. In another petition filed before the top court by way of a public interest litigation, challenging Section 62 subsection 5 of the RP Act, which denied the right to vote to prisoners, the Supreme Court noted that the issue has already been addressed by the Apex Court on 2 previous occasions, in the judgments of Mahendra Kumar Shastri versus Union of India in 1983 and in Anukul Chandra Pradhan versus Union of India in 1997. The court refused to entertain the PIL, taking into account the above stated judgments. The bench of the Supreme Court, led by the CJI D.Y. Chandrachud, dismissed the PIL, alleging that the Election Commission of India had not in fact bought the EVM machines which they had shown as bought, and that there were discrepancies in the amount of money shown to have been spent on EVMs. The CJI in this regard said that the cost of elections is astronomical, but that is the price you pay for democracy. Now we cannot ask how did you spend so much on EVMs. The court further noted that the matter does not fall within the ambit of Article 32 of the Constitution that provides with the right to move Supreme Court for enforcement of fundamental rights, and so it cannot be entertained by the top court. Incidents of violence, vandalism and destruction of properties are being reported from Manipur amid protests that broke out against the direction of the High Court to the state government on the inclusion of Meiteis in the scheduled tribes category. The order was made by the Manipur High Court on April 19th, directing the submission of recommendation on the inclusion of the community in the ST list. A writ petition filed by members belonging to the Meitei Tribe Union, who submitted that during the preparation of the ST list under Article 342 of the Constitution of India, the Meitei community was left out. But the documentary evidence, as presented before the court, showed the people belonged to the tribe community. Currently, Section 144 of the Criminal Procedure Code has been imposed in 8 districts. The internet is suspended and army has been deployed to prevent incidents of ethnic violence. The Manipur High Court has also issued notices to the chairman of the Hill Areas Committee, that is an assembly body, and the president of all Tribunal Students Union, directing them to appear before it for critiquing its order and instigating people to indulge in violence. The bench of Supreme Court, comprising Justices Sanjeev Khanna and M.M. Sundaresh, passed an order staying the directions of the Allahabad High Court that directed schools in Uttar Pradesh to refund or adjust the excess fee up to 15% charged during the COVID-19 period during the 2020-21 academic session. The plea was moved by Lotus Valley International School that submitted the order being against the principles of natural justice, as it was passed by the High Court without hearing the petitioners or any other private school in the matter. In exercise of powers provided under Rule 6 of Order 2 of the Supreme Court rules, the CJI D.Y. Chandrachud notified 14 division benches to hear urgent miscellaneous and regular hearing matters during the summer vacation of the Apex Court from May 22nd to July 3rd. The registry of the Supreme Court will be open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for all officers and members, except for non-clerical staff. That was all on today's legal news. Thank you and keep watching Verdictum. And subscribe to our channel and download the Verdictum app on iOS and Android to keep yourself updated with authentic legal news.